question I get a lot is there a way around astrology? Like, can I change the shitty things coming up for me? And it's kind of a question that when you understand the category of astrology and what it is truly representing is not answerable, because it's not a question that would come up when astrology is understood, basically. And I don't want to make this a long video. It's not going to be very long, but I want to answer the question, can you change your astrology? Can you transcend your chart? Can you get around the bad events shown in your chart or the unwanted events? So firstly, I like to say that astrology is a mirror for reality. This is not my line. I've definitely taken it from other people, which have taken it from other people. But a good kind of quote to think about it is, astrology is like the clock on the wall. It's not making it 5 p.m., but it is telling you that it is 5 p.m. And because of that, I like to make the argument that astrology is not at all causal. It's not a causal phenomenon. It is all correlation. It is showing you what is happening, but it is not at all explaining it. And in fact, it raises larger questions rather than answers anything. Because the fact that we can demonstrate cycles and the patterns reoccurring in reality raises questions, it does not answer them. But in raising questions, I find that the more you learn, the more questions you have, the less answers you have as you understand underlying principles rather than getting like a direct solution to things. If you're like in a philosophy class, which I have my background in philosophy, the more you understand something, generally the more questions you're asking, the less definitive answers you're getting, at least in philosophical topics. We're not talking about like STEM, mathematical, numerical topics. So the question of, can I change what I see in my chart, is a little bit misguided. No offense. I mean, I've asked it myself. It's a very beginner question. I'm not looking down upon it, but it's misguided because astrology itself is showing what is happening. It's not something that is a negotiable force that you can work with or against. It's showing you both what's happening to you and what you are happening to do. So it's both showing you your free will and what free will of others and the world is acting up against you. None of it is really a gray area or non-negotiable. Frankly, I feel like a lot of the times when astrologers say, it's only a compelling force, it's only something that you might want to engage with, that is a cop-out to not have to break it to you that a lot of what's in your chart is going to, everything in your chart, I'd argue, is going to happen to you. It's the skill of the astrologer to be able to communicate that, because none of us are dealt a hand that is all bad or all good. None of us are dealt a hand that is totally skewed in one direction or the other, but we're all dealt a better hand than someone and a worse hand than someone else. And we can compare those things in different ways and argue about that. Would you rather have this good placement, etc.? So the changing your chart, transcending your chart, I find it misguided, and I welcome any other astrologer to argue against me. Like, I come from a background in philosophy where it's like everything is a debate, everything is a logical discussion to formulate a thesis. And I've written some papers about this. I don't think they're anywhere because they were all in like philosophy departments, but I mean, I can probably upload them or re-articulate them in other ways, etc. But like the whole premise of can you change your chart is misguided when the chart is showing you what will happen. It's the astrology skill of someone to be able to articulate that to you as someone who is looking into the future hoping to find that out. So astrology both shows how you're using your free will, how others' free will, and how the free will of the world at large is happening to you. Not something that you can really change or hope to change along the way. I hope the lighting was decent in here. I mean, it's kind of getting dark, but this is the beautiful, I should have done it this way, Jesus Christ. So we'll close out with it this way because this is pretty. So no, technically you cannot change what's coming up in your chart, but it's not something that is all happening to you. Some of it are things that you're going to be doing along with the world happening to you. So yeah, quick video coming out there, but I hope that's clear. So if you have any more questions about like the philosophy side of what we're looking at in astrology, it's more of a mirror than it is something to work with or against. It's not like a psychological effect. It's literally a mirror for reality, and that's the argument that I would make. And like how I support that argument, I can break that down if you want. But yeah, hope that helps clarify that major question I get. Take care, and we'll see you from more from Barcelona.